Good morning, Sports Booth Nation. My name is Ethan Dahlbeck, and I wanted to make this quick episode today just explaining why we've been a little absent the past few weeks, as well as how we are going to do things from here on out. First off, Cade Bergstead is not present for this episode, but he will be on and off as he is in the process of finishing up school, so best of luck to him with that. I personally have been absent because I have been moving my girlfriend down to Texas, which took a couple weeks, and beforehand I went to Vegas for a few days with some family and friends. But I am back now. We're about to take things up a notch, and things are about to be getting good. Second, I wanted to take a moment to explain how things are going to work from here on out. So I'm now going to try and post 15 to 20 minute short episodes every day or so, including ones where we're going to cover major events, give you our rankings, and just slightly more entertaining information on a daily basis rather than making you guys sit through a single hour-long episode every single week. So this week on our Tuesday Tossup episode, I will be giving our NCAA Top 25 rankings, Heisman Watch, and some exciting matchups to watch in Week 8. So as always, don't forget to check out our website, thesportbooth.com. That's right, thesportbooth.com with no S at the end of sport. With that being said, let's take it to the booth. Alrighty, I'm going to start by giving you the Sports Booth Top 25. Let's start it off with 1 through 5. I'll explain our decisions there. 1, we got Georgia because they are obviously the best team in the country right now. That defense is crazy, and that offense is just getting better by the week. So now, no doubt there. Cincinnati, until they lose, they deserve to be in the playoff contention. Whether that's 1, 2, 3, or 4, I don't care. But until they lose, they deserve to be in this conversation. And just because they haven't lost and they've played Notre Dame, which was a good win, I'm giving that number 2 spot as of right now. Number 3, I've got Alabama. I just think they are better than the number 4 team in Oklahoma, which is a team that is going to lose here eventually. They are just not good enough to stand in that top 4 spot, and I don't see them finishing in the playoff at the end of the season. In number 5, we've actually got Ohio State kind of marching back. That's why it's always a good thing if you lose to get it done early on the season like they did against Oregon, because ever since then they've been rolling, and as long as they went out, they will be in the playoff once again. But they've got some competition, especially going 6 through 10. You've got Michigan right behind them, and so that'll be a very good game coming at the end of the season. Number 7, you've got Oklahoma State. 8, Michigan State. 9, Penn State. So 3 Big Ten teams, 5 through 9 there. And then you've got the Ducks, who did beat them, but have a more recent loss to a weak Stanford team. You've got the Ducks at number 10. 11 through 15, you've got Ole Miss, Iowa, not North Dakota, Notre Dame, 14 Kentucky, and at 15 you've got Coastal Carolina. 16 through 20 you've got Wake Forest, Texas A&M at 17, North Carolina State at 18, Baylor, and San Diego State University at 20. And rounding it off, 21 through 25, we've got Auburn at 21, SMU at 22, 23 we've got Pitt, UTSA, University of Texas San Antonio at number 24, and at number 25 we've got Purdue with some big wins, especially this past week against number 3 Iowa. Alrighty, well that wraps it up for the Sports Booth Top 25. Just capping off the top 5 again, we've got Georgia, Cincy, Bama, Oklahoma, and Ohio State. Now we're going to move on to my personal 3 favorites to win the Heisman. Number 1, my favorite right now is Bijan Robinson, running back out of the University of Texas. He currently has 930 yards on 146 attempts for 4 touchdowns, and that's just insane. Not to mention he has over 200 yards receiving with 3 touchdowns through the air. So he can do it all. He is going to be a good running back for an NFL team when he gets there. At number 2, I've actually got Bryce Young, quarterback out of Alabama. He's currently 7th in the nation in passing yards, 11th in completion percentage, 3rd in passing touchdowns, and 4th in QBR. He's having a phenomenal season, especially considering no other quarterback is higher up on all of those charts than he is on a consistent basis. He is having the best season as far as a quarterback goes in the NCAA right now. So he's my only favorite at quarterback to win it. And third, I've actually got a little bit of a sleeper in Kenneth Walker III, running back out of Michigan State. He's really been balling out this season. He currently leads the NCAA with 997 rush yards, tied ninth with 9 touchdowns, and averages 6.5 yards per carry. His one downfall, especially when comparing him to Bijan, is he does not do a whole lot in the passing game. He currently only has 5 receptions for 25 yards. Alrighty, and like I said, it is going to be a short episode. This is how it's going to be frequently going throughout the season. When Kate is here, there will be a little bit more discussion and talking, so you guys get 2 sides of the story. So I'm really going to try and create conversation topics for those episodes. But for now, especially when it's just me presenting, I'm just going to give you guys what we got. Just like little news segments to wake up to every morning. So I'm going to close it down, giving our 3 most exciting matchups to watch this upcoming weekend. Our first one of the day comes at 12:30 Pacific, 3:30 Eastern. We've got LSU at number 12, Ole Miss. That should be a good one. LSU's looking good, but they are surrounded with a little bit of drama with Coach Orgeron right now. So definitely be interesting to watch. Number 2, coming at 4 o'clock, 7 Eastern, we've got a great rivalry matchup in Tennessee at number 4, Alabama. I think Alabama will handle this no problem, but they do have that rivalry. Alabama hasn't lost to Tennessee, I believe, since 2008, and I think they're going to continue that streak. And lastly, we've got a good game at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern, in another good rivalry matchup with USC at Notre Dame. Well, this wraps up our first ever Tuesday Tossup discussion podcast. I know it wasn't much of a discussion today, but hopefully in the future it will be. Don't forget to check out our website at thesportbooth.com. That's right, thesportbooth.com with no S at the end of sport, as well as all of our sick merchandise we have on there. Good for any team you want to support in any kind of weather. Also, don't forget to purchase the Sports Booth picks, which will be available this Thursday evening by 5 p.m. Pacific time, for your chance to be entered to win 4 tickets to the regular season game of your choice in the NFL or NCAA next year. Also, make some money by betting with my bets. This past week, I personally bet all of my bets, made some special parlays, which I do include in our picks, and I won $140 on $28 worth of bets. Once again, make sure you tune in tomorrow for our Wild Wednesday breakdown, where we break down our top 5 players we like in fantasy this week, 5 players we don't, as well as our full list of power rankings headed into Week 7 for the NFL. On Thursday, we'll be bringing back our free picks of the week, and Friday we will have a little fun playing some buy or bull, as well as some start, sit, or trade. Well, after review, the booth says it's good. Have a great day, everyone.